Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. My name is David, and I am a magician. I offer you over 40 years worth of magic experience, and I use this YouTube channel as my platform to introduce you to magic tricks, both the latest and the greatest. Come back here Monday through Friday for a magic review. On the weekends, I look at decks of cards, and once a month, I do giveaways. Every single year, I give away thousands of dollars worth of magic tricks. So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and follow. Mash all those buttons. Today, we're gonna look at a magic lecture. This is a Penguin Live lecture from Jeff Stone. What's a lecture? Lecture is where a magician is invited to come and typically perform for an audience and then give that audience also the explanations to the tricks. So usually, a lot of times, the audience is filled with magicians, friends of magicians, magicians' spouses. And so Penguin Magic usually puts together a really nice time where a magician is invited to come, they perform, so you get to see things like patter, staging, blocking, routining, how they put things together. Then of course there's like a timeout where the magician steps aside and explains how the tricks are done. And then at the end, a lot of times there's also an interview session where Dan Harlan, or one of the Penguin Live hosts, talks to the magician. They tell stories, they share more insights. And so that is definitely what you're getting here with Jeff Stone. Who is Jeff Stone? Jeff Stone is a fellow YouTuber like me. He's a fellow magic reviewer. Long time back when I first started out my channel, Jeff Stone was like the only guy reviewing magic on YouTube. I think I was the second. I don't know for sure. It felt like it was just me and him for a really super long time. But Jeff's a great guy. He's a wonderful friend, super kind, and puts out a ton of stuff. If you go back through my channel, you're gonna find a lot of reviews for Jeff Stone. His magic is very practical, very easy to do, very creative, and most of the times, it's stuff you can build yourself, which is a lot of fun. This live is 3.5 hours. It's a long time. It's a long time, but you're gonna get a ton of tricks, and they cover a wide variety. So you're gonna get jokes, intros, gags. You're gonna get stuff with Rubik's Cubes, stuff with thumb tips. You're gonna get stuff with playing cards, mentalism, big, huge parlor pieces where spectators come up on stage. You're gonna get everything. You're gonna get a little bit of everything. There's something here for everyone. If you get this, you watch it, I would be shocked if you didn't walk away with at least a couple of things that you either learned or felt like you would like to perform as well. So let's say you pay $25 to penguinmagic.com. What's the video all about? Like I said, it's 3.5 hours, and it's broken up into two sections. The first section is a smaller lecture. This is where he does all the explanations. So this is 4 magicians out in the audience, and he's gonna show them some of the tricks. In the first part of the lecture, he does an intro where he vanishes the thumb tip. Clearly something that you would do for magicians, that you really wouldn't do that for a lay audience. Then he has a fun trick called Visa 2.0. He comes out with a hand-drawn Visa card, hand-drawn items that he purchased from a store, and then you help him predict which item he purchased with his Visa. Then there's a trick called Bacteria. This is where he brings out a deck of cards that's contaminated, and you also have a contaminated revelation. The revelation is burned, and the image that's left is the card reveal. There's a trick called CSI explanation. This is something you do with a hand-drawn gun and the serial number. And then he's going to talk to you a lot about other ways you can use a Frixian pen. He then has the coolest ace trick in the world. He does another one called Ace Bandage. He does another one called Target Card, where he shapes the deck of cards into a gun, and it uses a cap gun. He has a trick called Triptych and Headache, and he's going to explain all those before he heads into his main show. Now, the main show is completely different, with a different audience. The mood's changed. The lights are darker. Now Jeff's wearing a suit, and he's got a full audience. And now he's going to do another opener, this time with a lot of jokes. He does a really fast Rubik's Cube solve, and then he heads into his first trick called I Need a Hero. I Need a Hero is a stand-up mentalism routine that involves 6 or 7 people. They come up on stage, they each have an envelope, and they take on the role of different superheroes. You and another spectator are going to determine who wins in a head-to-head battle. The last person standing, of course, is the winner, and that winner will have been predicted in advance by a person in the audience. The next trick is called Ace Revisited, and it's a book test that Larry Becker came up with, but Jeff's presentation is centered around the power of the written word. And then the last trick with the larger audience is called Poker Bill. This is a kind of bank night prediction where 2 spectators come up and they make choices where they select an envelope and give the other envelope to the other spectator, and you will have predicted how much money one spectator gets over the other. And then right about the 3-hour mark for your last 30 minutes, that is your interview with Dan Harlan. So Jeff is going to talk about the difference between magic and mentalism. He'll share some stories like his card on a ceiling story, or how he got his first paying gig. He'll talk about some high points from his career, how to overcome stage fright. He talks about taking notes and journaling, and he gives a lot of opinions for magic and the things that he's reviewed. And he'll even answer that famous question, how did you do that? Slides and difficulty level, that's the great thing about Jeff Stone's magic, is you know all these moves. You know all these moves, you know some of these methods. It's gonna feel very familiar to you. This is gonna be like walking into like your favorite Denny's or your favorite diner, or a Cracker Barrel or something, where you're just gonna sit down and you're gonna have some comfort food, right? Everything's gonna feel familiar. Sometimes you'll even be watching a trick and you'll know exactly how he did it. But in your head, you're thinking, wow, what a creative approach. What a really interesting method or a way of doing that particular style of trick. And it might ask you to, like, maybe you'd update your trick to be more like Jeff's. But yeah, no knuckle busters, no hard moves, nothing that's gonna make you sit down there and practice for, forever. And again, all these tricks that Jeff comes up with, they use ordinary objects, or you're gonna use things like envelopes, pieces of paper, pens, cards. You're gonna draw, you're gonna make things yourself. So all very easy, all very practical. So positives, let's say it again, practical. It's all very practical. I think there's something here for everybody. You can do close-up tricks here. He's got parlor tricks here. He's got mentalism tricks here. And like I said, there's even a fun trick with a cap gun. Lots of humor, lots of dad jokes, lots of puns. It's almost like you get 2 lectures for the price of 1, really, the amount of stuff that you're getting. Negatives, I think the only negative was sometimes he's performing for the large audience and you get a lot of energy and you get a lot of fun and a lot of banter, and there's all kinds of different spectators that can come up. Sometimes the performances are with the just 4 magicians that are in the audience, and those tricks don't have the same energy. So it's hard to perform for 4 people when you have a parlor-sized routine, right? You want energy back from the spectators. It relaxes you, it helps you feel energetic, and you could just feel Jeff's kind of like tension, like he'd throw out a joke and then, if those 4 people don't laugh, then nobody laughs. So it's just like silence. Whereas if you're in a big room, you're always gonna get a couple people that laugh, right? And so it kind of breaks the tension and it relaxes you. The other thing is, if he needs a spectator and he's got a full audience, of course he can grab all kinds of people. But when he's doing some of the audience participation tricks with just the 4 guys, they're magicians. So they're like the worst people to be spectators. So when they come up on stage, you only get those same 4 guys every time. You end up seeing them over and over again. And I don't know, those 4 guys just weren't a fun audience for Jeff. And I could just I can feel it through the screen. But like I was saying, 3.5 hours worth of magic, tons of stuff that you could learn. And if you like Jeff Stone, you like his approach, you've gotten some of his other stuff before, it's nice to see it in video form. So it's a lot of fun. So Penguin Magic's live, Jeff Stone live. You can get this at penguinmagic.com. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, would you like to learn a magic trick? You would? Did you know I have a second channel? That's right. I have a second channel where I teach beginning level magic tricks. Magic Channel Card Tricks is a place that you can go to learn tricks with ordinary items you can find around the house. Paper clips, rubber bands, pens, and of course, decks of cards. I teach beginning level card tricks, simple card forces that anybody could learn. I also review magic kits. So if you go buy a magic kit from the store, your local Walmart or Target, or you get a magic kit for Christmas, I'll go over exactly what's inside. And I'll even teach you how to perform with some of those tricks that you get inside those kits. Plus, I'm even gonna give you video instruction to very simple, very inexpensive tricks that you can pick up at your favorite magic store. Sometimes you get those tricks and the instructions are just on a tiny little piece of typewritten paper and you have no idea how to do that trick. Don't throw that trick away. Don't put it in a box. Come back to Magic Channel Card Tricks and I will teach you how to use that trick as well. Or maybe you're not a beginner. Maybe you're not a beginner, but maybe you have a niece or a nephew or a little brother or sister that you could share this channel with them. This is a great, safe place, kid-friendly, where they can learn beginning level magic. Make sure you head on over to Magic Channel Card Tricks, give my videos a like, subscribe to that channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of Magic Orthodoxy.